From the Barnabas Health intermission at the Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey.
From the Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey, it's time for the National Women's Hockey League, where on the final day of the regular season, the New York Riveters are hosting the Boston Pride. Alongside Don Ferlazzo, I'm Matt Falkenberry, and welcome to the broadcast here on NWHL Cross Ice Pass and Cheddar, and a special welcome to those of you tuning in on NESN Plus. The Isabel Cup playoffs begin on Thursday in Boston and Friday here in New Jersey. The Pride and Riveters know where they'll be playing, but they don't know who they'll be playing, as Connecticut and Buffalo are battling it out right now to see who finishes in third and comes here on Friday, who finishes in fourth and will play in Boston. For New York, they're trying to recover from losing last weekend to this same Boston team after blowing a 3-1 third period lead, and they'll be leaning on Janine Weber to try to lead the way for the Riveters today.
That's right. Janine Weber really is a leader on this team. She leads her team in goals with 9. That's good for 7th in the league as well. Also a leader in points with 21. That's good for 4th in the league. And she also leads shorthanded with 2 goals on the season so far. So she's a force to be reckoned with in the shorthanded situation.
For Boston, Brianna Decker has been on fire, 20 points in her last 8 games and 13 in the past 3, and at overall she has 30 points and is 4 shy of breaking her teammate Hillary Knight's league record for points in a season. The Wisconsin superstar has been amazing this year for Boston.
You have to address Brianna Decker if you're going to try to neutralize this Boston team and win this game. Decker was outstanding last game when these two teams met. She had 1 power play goal and 3 assists, factoring into all 4 goals in that contest. As you mentioned before, it was a 4-3 come from behind victory.
Katie Fitzgerald will be in net once again for the Riveters, 6-6-1 on the year with a 309 goals against and an 895 save percentage. She'll look to bounce back from that tough performance last Saturday against Boston.
Yeah, Fitzgerald's been a leader on this team. You mentioned all the great stats with the wins and the goals against average. She also has 2 shutouts on the year, so you might have to be perfect to beat this Boston team today. So we'll look in the crease and see how she responds.
Brittany Ott will get the start for Boston. She leads the league in shutouts. She leads the league in goals against and save percentage. For anyone who's played 10 or more games this year, she's been phenomenal, and she'll look to finish off this undefeated season with another win over New York.
Yeah, Brittany Ott was in net the last time these teams met. She made 19 saves on 22 shots. So she, along with her Boston teammates, really have New York's collective number. It'll be interesting to see if the Riveters can solve her here tonight.
When Don and I return, it'll be time to drop the puck between the Riveters and the Pride here on a Sunday afternoon in New Jersey. This is the NWHL on Cross Ice Pass, Cheddar, and NESN Plus. And welcome back to the broadcast here in NWHL Cross Ice Pass Cheddar. And of course, a special welcome to those of you watching here on Nesson Plus. Alongside Don Ferlazzo, I'm Matt Falkenberry, and we've got ourselves the Riveters and the Pride, as there's about to be a ceremonial puck drop here, as Ashley Johnston, the captain of the Riveters, and Brianna Decker, one of the captains of the Pride, as you take a look at Brittany Yant, who will be starting in net today for Boston. And for New York, it'll be Katie Fitzgerald will get another start. She has started every game here in the 2017 part of the season. As you can take a look, 6-6-1 with a 309 goals against. She's been a rock in net for New York this year, and Ott, of course, has been spectacular, and so has the Pride, as they are 16-0, trying to get to 17-0. And we were talking about this, Don, before the game, and there's a little correlation between having a team from Boston come to New Jersey, last game of the regular season, trying to finish off an undefeated regular season in the National Football League. That happened with the Giants and the Patriots. The Patriots won here in New Jersey to get to 16-0, but then, of course, those two teams faced off a few weeks later, and the story was flipped. New York got the championship, Boston, and New England finished 18-1. The Riveters would like to, I think at the end of the day, they wouldn't mind that story going the same, but they'd like to win it today instead of waiting a couple weeks and getting the first one in the championship. So, as also we've got the scores up in up in Connecticut between the Whale and the Buttes right now. That's in the second period, and it's 2-1. Buffalo is in front. Kelly Babstock scored to make it 1-0 Connecticut, and then Sheehan Darkangelo just scored to make it 2-1. Haley Skamura in her first game with Buffalo, scoring to tie that game at 1. The winner of that game comes here on Friday night at 7:30. Myself and Phil Jubileo will be on the call for that one. And the loser goes to Boston, where Phil Jubileo and Marissa Ingemi will be on the call for that one. That'll be Thursday night. Face-off about to get underway here as Weber and Decker. And Boston will grab the puck first and look to move it up. New York at 7-8-3, trying to finish 8-8-3 on the, 7-7-3 on the season. And for Boston, trying to go undefeated. Kessel sends it across, and Picard will pick up the loose puck as that one went through the goal mouth. Boston pushes it to center, and Picard can't slow it down. Icing waved off, and Burke will chase after it for New York. Half a minute into this one, no score, as Kessel brings it to center, using her speed. She had 2 goals the last time these two teams met. As the shot in on Ott, she didn't know where it was at first, and she's able to hold on to it as it got stuck in her pads. 19:20 to go in the first period, and her first whistle.
That's always a hairy thing when a goaltender can't quite find the puck between the pads, as we just saw here with Brittany Ott. The right thing to do is just to squeeze it and hold on and wait for the whistle, and that's exactly what she did.
Madison, Packer, Grushow, and Russo, the number 2 line for New York. That pass right on in front, Packer just couldn't get her stick on the puck, and it ends up cleared to center, where Dostal is chasing after it. Hit along the boards, and New York will have it, and they'll move it up. New York, in the last matchup between these two teams, jumped out to a 3-1 lead at the end of 2 periods. But Boston, as they're wont to do, turned it on in the third, scored 3 goals in about an 8-minute span, and won it 4-3. Which is why they remain unbeaten. New York has given them the toughest matchups this year. 3 one-goal victories, including one in a shootout for Boston against New York. New York, the second seed, trying to end the undefeated run. Shot save made by Fitzgerald. Good start for her. Last time she started here at home, gave up 3 goals on 3 shots to begin a game against Connecticut. That incredible comeback win that New York had back on February 19th. Rafter trying to get that loose puck on the pass, but it bounces into the corner. And Boston trying to get there, and they will. The Pride with 7 Team USA members going to the World Championships. New York just with the 1, that's Amanda Kessel. Rachel Lannis makes the pass down below. No Jordan Smelker, Emily Field, normal starters in the lineup for Boston today. Mary Parker, wearing number 4, getting the chance to make her debut after signing earlier this week. Kelsey Colzer, though, not in the lineup today for New York, the number 1 overall pick from last year's draft. Signing earlier this week, but not drawing into the lineup. We'll see if she makes her debut during the playoffs. Something you see a lot in the NHL. See if she does that on Friday. Kessel tries to make a pass, has it knocked down. Picard, though, sends it across. Bounces high up in the air, still loose. Picard's got to get her shot knocked down. And it'll be played into the corner. Kessel chases after it, but Boston will get it out to center ice. Here comes Knight with it now. Knight tries a centering pass, deflected away, and Weber will have it, and the Riveters turn it up ice. Dench coming down the near side, has it knocked away from her, and she'll end up making the pass towards Kessel, but it doesn't connect, and Boston will move it to center. Knight taken down, but Boston able to hold on to it. One-timer save by Fitzgerald. She saw that all the way from Decker. I mentioned in the pregame, 4 points away from setting the league mark for points in a season. She's got 30. She needs 4 more to get to 34 to break that mark by Knight. Burke's shot just goes high over the bar, and will be played to center.
Yeah, you know, you got to hand it to Katie Fitzgerald here for making a couple big saves early in this game, getting her self into the game early and keeping her team at this even score right now.
Fitzgerald, this is the 3rd time Boston's played here. Sojung Shin started the first time back in December. That was a game that Boston jumped up 2-0. New York eventually came back to tie it and forced a shootout where former Pride player, now with the Whales, Zoe Hickel, got the game winner in the shootout. The second time these two teams played here in New Jersey, Katie Fitzgerald got the start, and it was 1-0 for Boston for a long time. It was Knight that scored the first goal, and it wasn't until about 4 minutes left Janine Weber scored to tie it at 1 with about 4 minutes to go in the third before Megan Duggan scored in front with about 13 seconds left in the third period. Kept New York from gaining a point and forcing overtime, and Boston, again, another regulation win. So Boston's been taking the 2 shootouts this year, obviously won them both, but have won all their other games in regulation this year. Just another feather in their cap and how good they've been this year, and certainly have given New York a lot of trouble. Fratkin tries to get to it, and it'll be picked up there by Parker, as I mentioned, wearing number 4 here today.
Some nice work there by Rafter to get the puck away from everybody. She really had to muscle some people off the puck.
Her shot just went wide. Fratkin off the glass, and it'll be played to center, and it'll be chased after by Picard. New York goes off for change, so do the Pride, and Gigi Marvin gets after it. One of those 7 Team USA members playing forward for Team USA, but a lot of times on the blue line for Boston. As Weber getting after it, trying to get it to Johnston. Johnston using her reach to deflect that puck away. Ashley Johnston, might have saw her on the NHL Network, NHL Now, a couple days ago with Rebecca Russo, talking about National Women's Day and Women's Day in hockey. She has certainly become a media darling, and why not? A brilliant mind off the ice, and brilliant mind on it as well, doing double duty as a pro hockey player and a mechanical engineer up in the Albany area. 14:35 to go in the first period. No score between the Pride and the Riveters. Not a whole lot going on shots-wise. 2-2 unofficially on the scoreboard. Levine has it knocked away by Dench, and Picard tries to get after it, but turnover below the goal line is picked up by Grushow. Grushow moves it to the blue line, coming down the near side on her backhand. Good hustle by Grushow, tries to make a pass out and ends up on the stick of McMillan. McMillan fans on the shot, and the Pride could get a 2-on-1 if they hurry here. Here's a chance for Knight. Knight waits, she shoots, saved by Fitzgerald. Knight, though, gets the loose puck back, and now Bolden feeling the pressure from Packer coming off of a change. And a good job there by Madison Packer to force the play back to center, and then an offsides on Knight.
Oh, wow, what a scoring opportunity there for Boston. McMillan, as you mentioned, fanning on the puck at the point. And now we get a good look at the replays. Hillary Knight takes the shot, and a beautiful save off the shoulder thanks to the goaltender. That is Katie Fitzgerald making the big stop for the Riveters.
Update in Connecticut. The Buffalo Buttes now leading it 3-1. Corinne Bowie scoring the goal. She's the leading scorer for Buffalo goal scoring wise, and they've got a 2-goal lead. So in the second period, midway through, and if that score holds, it'll be an all New York affair in New Jersey between Buffalo and the Riveters on Friday night, with the Whale going up to Boston. Duggan shot, saved by Fitzgerald, and Katie Fitzgerald coming out strong so far. And she's seeing everything and makes the stop on Duggan, the captain of Team USA for those World Championships coming up. As you take a look at the replay here of Duggan coming down that left side, and she's got a great wrister, and of course scored a huge goal here, as I mentioned, back in January. The last time that we were on NESN Plus, we hope that the game today is just as good as that one was back in January for all you folks in New England. Grushow had the puck caught in her caught in her skates as she was sliding across the ice, and it ends up on the stick of Marvin. Marvin loses it, but Dempsey picks it up. Dempsey tries to make a move, and it's intercepted by Johnston. And Johnston will clear it to center, touch with a high stick, and Boston touches up.
That was a really great defensive play by Courtney Burke on the blue, or just on the top of the circles for the Riveters. Nice stick check there to just poke that puck out of a dangerous situation that could have turned into a very dangerous scoring chance for Boston.
Face-off in the Boston defensive zone. Kessel gets it back to Burke. Burke tries to send in deep, and it actually deflects off Kessel, so it's played back to center. So Boston will take that, but Kessel moves it back in, onside. Weber makes the pass to the middle, and it doesn't connect. And it'll be played into the corner. Bolden trying to get it out. And it'll be stayed in. New York doing a good job holding the zone. Pass it in front for Den. She can't get a shot off. Good defense from the Pride. And New York will regroup. McMillan sends a bouncing shot in, and Ott makes the stop. With 12:40 to go, still no score between New York and Boston.
Oh, good job there to hold the point by McMillan this time. Not making no mistake the second time around, and always a smart play to throw the puck on net. Here we get another look at an earlier play. This is a pass across that just handcuffed the player. I can't quite see the number there. I think that was Dench, and unfortunately, the Riveters not able to capitalize on that one.
Fratkin tries to send in deep. It was a week ago these two teams played, and Ashley Johnson and Madison Packer were not in the lineup, and they've already made impacts defensively after drawing back in. As Lauren Wash, number 2, will bring it across center, but she has it intercepted, in Boston regroups as Alex Carpenter has it. Carpenter, 28 points, second in the league in scoring, 19 assists. Pass in front, just offside. Boy, Brianna Decker was going in there with a chance for a mini break, and the whistle stops that.
Oh, you got a feel for Katie Fitzgerald. She must have been more than a little nervous to see Brianna Decker coming her way just like that, but lucky for the Riveters, the play was blown dead on the offsides.
Decker, as I mentioned pregame, 20 points in her last 8 games, all coming in the calendar 2017 year. She has been spectacular for the Pride and helping them push towards this undefeated record that they currently have and trying to finish off here in the regular season. Pass sent in, good job with the skate there, kicking it away, one of the Riveters defenders, and they were able to clear it down ice without accruing an icing, so Boston has to go back and regroup. 3-1 up in Connecticut for the Buffalo Buttes. No score here in New Jersey. Kessel brings it down, waits, sends it to Dostal. Dostal, shot deflected down just wide. Weber on the doorstep, tried to deflect that one home and just missed. So good chance there for New York. They've had some good opportunities here early on. Very, very evenly played game, and something you should be used to if you're a fan of the Pride. They don't usually come out of the first period with a whole lot of gusto, usually kind of wait and see approach and before they eventually turn it on. Grushau shot saved by Ott, and she will hold it with 11:08 to go here in the first period. Shots 5-4 unofficially in favor of New York.
Nice grab there by Ott, you know, fluttering puck, you never know where it's going to land. Here we get another look at an earlier play. Oh no, it's the same play, and it was Ott again just gloving it down. That puck might not have been heading towards the net, but always a smart play to grab it if you can.
Johnston, it looked like she was intentionally trying to shoot that one wide, but it got knocked down before it got through, and Boston turns it right around. There's a shot saved by Fitzgerald with a pad. Brickwall Fitzy living up to that name early on, as New York will at least clear it to center. She's been on point so far. She's 5 for 5 in saves. That pass just out of the reach of Duggan. Chasing after it is Picard. Picard and Duggan meet at the same time. Puck is loose, and Grushau's got it. And New York does a good job of just immediately getting it to center and not allowing Boston to get set up, as Marvin will chase after it. Chance here for Boston as Parker sends down, intercepted by Rafter. Tatiana Rafter with a nice move off the boards. Tries to move it to the middle. Waits, takes a shot, save made by Ott. Easy save there for Brittany Ott. And here's Dostal. Dostal loses the puck off her stick. And it'll be worked around where Rafter will regroup. But will turn it over immediately, so the regroup didn't last, and Boston will send down ice just at the red line. Fitzgerald stops it, and Dostal will pick it up with under 10 minutes to go here in the first period. No score between New York and Boston. Another close game already early on between these two. Carpenter right on in front, but nobody home. And Gagliardi's got it. Plays it along the boards. And it's played down towards the blue line. That shot knocked down. Gagliardi tries to get it. Can't, and Dostal will move it to center. And Boston will regroup it again. Here comes Knight. Knight sends it back to Carpenter. Carpenter gets taken down. There's an arm up, and the first power play of the game will be going to the Pride as we have reached a media timeout. 9:16 to go here in the first period. No score between New York and Boston. We'll be right back. This is the NWHL on Cross Ice Pass, Cheddar, and Nesson Plus.
Intermission at the bar.
Welcome back to the broadcast here. No score between the Riveters and the Pride. Let's take a look at the replay of that penalty called on Mie Dench. As the face-off is won by Boston. We'll get to that in just a second. As Kessel will send down ice. And Ott will slow it down as Boston trying to get themselves set up here. Although Buffalo is the #1 power play in the league, the amount of talent that the Pride have, their power play is dangerous nonetheless. Chance here, shot saved by Fitzgerald, and she'll cover with 8:53 to go here in the first period, and 1:37 to go on the power play for Boston. Just a reminder, coming up during the first intermission, you can hear an interview with Danny Ryland, the commissioner of the NWHL, as you take a look at the replay of Dench committing the tripping penalty. As we're back to live action, so stay tuned for that interview. As Picard will battle for it in the corner. Pass back to the blue line where Bellamy's got it. Bellamy waits, moves it to the center point, takes a shot, and Fitzgerald saw it all the way. As she catches it and holds with 8:34 to go and 1:18 to go on the power play.
Well, you could really see the player at the point there for Boston just taking her time, backpedaling, waiting for a shooting lane to open up. Finally, she thought she saw something, but of course, Katie Fitzgerald equal to the task once the puck did arrive.
Bellamy sends it down to Decker. Decker in the left circle. Sends it across. That was deflected just wide. Chasing after it is Kessel, and she'll clear down towards the Boston zone. And they will wait for Duggan as the next unit for Boston comes out here on the power play. Bolden out to the ice. So is Pelkey, Marvin, Carpenter, and Duggan. Carpenter and Duggan have been a great 1-2 punch all season long. I have to imagine those two could be on the same line come World Championships time in a couple of weeks. Puck sent down in the corner. Johnston tried to corral it but can't. And it's back up top to Marvin. Marvin sends it across. Shot deflected towards Duggan. And she tried to put it on net but couldn't. Pelkey waits. Back to Marvin. Marvin to Bolden. Her shot saved by Fitzgerald. Blake Bolden, the hardest shot in the league at the All-Star game. The Bolden blast, much like the Bozek blast, dangerous on a power play. 15 seconds to go on that power play. 7:30 and counting to go in the first period of a game that has no score. Bolden waits, sends it across, wide open net, but it's fanned on the shot by Pelkey. She had a chance there, but couldn't finish. Pass out in front, Duggan, backhanded shot. She wasn't even looking at the net, able to get a shot off, but a save by Fitzgerald. We're back to 5-on-5 as the power play has ended. Pass across, Carpenter can't corral it, gets it back though. And Boston trying to keep things going here. Bellamy off the bench, takes a shot high off the glass, and Dostal will get there. And a good penalty kill for New York. They survived some great chances. This will go all the way down for an icing with 6:54 to go here in the first period. And Don, a lot of chances for Boston on that power play. Didn't score, but successful because of what they proved that they can get some chances.
Absolutely. You know, once they did gain the zone, the Boston Pride were able to keep it for the most part. Kudos to the Riveters for doing a nice job clogging up the middle, again, taking away those shooting lanes. And of course, your goaltender always has to be our best penalty killer. So nice job by Fitzgerald on that entire penalty kill situation.
A couple players hit the ice. Dench falls down, and she's able to clear it below the goal line in the Boston zone, and the Pride will move it up. 6:38 to go here in the first period. No score. Fitzgerald just pads that one away with ease. Burke to McMillan, and now Bray Ketchum, who scored against Brittany Ott here back in December. Right off the faceoff, she scored. Hoping to do that again. Burke, Rafter knocks into the corner, and now Ketchum gets up to it. And New York will look to set up here. Played into the corner. Rafter and Wash were there, but Boston will grab it, and they'll take over possession. End of 2 up in Connecticut. Buffalo 3, Connecticut 1. So the Whale are 20 minutes away from falling to 4th place and facing off with this Boston Pride team on Thursday night. Buffalo 20 minutes away from getting a huge win for them and facing off with New York on Friday night. We'll keep track of that one. Don't have to for at least 15 minutes since they're in intermission. Carpenter brings it across the red line as that puck is going to be sent in deep, and she'll chase after it. Alex Carpenter, second in the league in scoring this year. Originally a Riveters first-round draft pick. Wanted to stay in Boston, got traded to the Pride for Mie Dench. Pass, Weber, shot just goes wide. She loves to shoot it upstairs, as the league has found out this season, and she just missed there, as Knight will circle it around but turn it over at neutral ice, and New York will send down. 5:10 to go in the first period. Shots are 9-6 in favor of the Pride. The Pride, and that's an unofficial number I should say, Pride only took 9 shots in 2 periods in the game last Saturday. Weber sends it across. Johnston takes the shot, knocked away. And the puck is loose below the goal line. Packer tries to get after it, but the Pride have possession, but feeling the pressure here from New York as the forecheck working out well for the Riveters. Bellamy and the Pride get it to center, and Pelkey will chase after. Pelkey's got some room here, tries to stick handle and has it knocked away. Great defense by the captain, but New York can't clear the zone. Dempsey's shot popped up in the air, and Fitzgerald makes the catch as if she's like a first baseman. And with 4:28 to go, still no score, and we'll have a face-off in the New York zone.
Well, that really was a great defensive play by Ashley Johnston. She had Pelkey coming in with some serious speed on the far side boards into the New York Riveters zone, and Johnston just held her ground, just stick-checked it away, and made sure that that Pelkey had nowhere else to go.
New York brings on Fratkin, Ketchum, and Rafter. And the face-off one clean by Boston. Dug in, down the Gagliardi, who gets taken down. No arms are up, play will continue. Fratkin trying to get it out of the zone. Rafter trying to help out there, and the whistle blows, and the face-off will come outside the zone. 4:16 to go here in the first period, and it was a year ago today that the Boston Pride held up the Isabel Cup for the first time. The first time that the Isabel Cup was awarded was right here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House when the Pride finished off a 2-game sweep of the Buffalo Buttes. Tatiana Rafter was here for that as a member of Buffalo, and Boston trying to keep the cup in their house for a 2nd straight season. And that'll happen on Sunday night at the Zonga Center at UMass Lowell. That game at 6 o'clock here on NWHL Cross Ice Pass. And Cheddar, as Picard, will wait for it and turns it over, but Parker was offside. 3:44 to go here in the first period, still no score. So an anniversary for the Pride, but they're focused on trying to get the cup this year. And they will be that #1 seed, and as of right now, looking like they'll play the Whale, but that game's still in doubt with a period to go. And this game's certainly in doubt as well, as the Riveters trying to ruin the Pride's undefeated regular season. Johnston, good job to bang it off the boards and clear it to center. Weber can't control the puck originally, has to wait for it to get on sides. And that slowed the momentum down for New York. Battle for it along the near side boards, and the puck will be played up the center by Burke. Puck played towards the middle. Dench loses it off her stick, and here comes Parker. Parker sends into the corner. Originally from Harvard and then went to Boston University, signed as a free agent by the Pride after her season ended in the NCAAs, as Burke has it. If you're looking for Kelsey Colzer, the #1 pick for the Riveters, signed on Monday. She's not in the lineup today. She was scratched, and we'll see if she is able to make her debut, the former #1 overall pick from last year's draft, on Friday night in the semifinals, but we'll see if that's the case. Fitzgerald stops it. Penalty coming up here against New York. Second time that Boston will go on the power play. An interference call, and making the slow trek to the box. Well, it's going to be Dostal. So with 2:35 to go, Don, Pride get another power play chance.
Yeah, and after we saw what we saw to them in the first power play, it really is a tough situation that the Riveters have put themselves in. But kudos to Brianna Decker for drawing that penalty, getting into the high traffic area, and drawing it for the Pride.
Face off to the right of Fitzgerald in the left circle. Bellamy now down to Decker. Decker waits. Now passes below the goal line where Knight will set up, and now her and Decker switch. Pass towards the middle, knocked away, but not out of the zone. Bellamy waits. Very patient right now are the Pride. Knight lines up a shot off the crossbar. Oh, that was ticketed for the corner, and it just missed. Knight gets it back again. She's got room. Waits. Shot blocked. Another shot saved by Fitzgerald. Decker ends up with the puck. 2 minutes to go in the period, and 1:24 to go here in the power play. Another chance for the Pride was stopped by Fitzgerald. Now Carpenter. Carpenter to the middle. Wide open shot just goes wide. Oh, beautiful chances from the Pride, and Fitzgerald stopped them all. Bellamy down along the goal line. Decker's pass knocked away. Can New York clear? They cannot. Good catch by Bellamy on the knuckle puck. Here comes Decker. Decker waits, makes a move to the middle, loses it. Another shot, saved, and it's played out towards the blue line. Decker feeling the pressure. Gets it back to the blue line. Shot just deflected over the net. So we've had a couple of close calls, including a crossbar by Knight. Bellamy with 45 seconds on the power play. Back to Hillary Knight. Riveters have got to be tired. They've got to get it out of the zone. Dench diving to the ice, but can't get it out. Bellamy down the Decker. Decker waits. Pass across. A saucer pass can't be corralled. And Boston will regroup. Bellamy down the Decker. 28 seconds to go on the power play. Shot blocked. Oh, and Johnston's hurting right now. The Riveters have got to be tired. They haven't been able to make a change. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Shot saved by Fitzgerald. Played into the corner, and Knight nearly clears it herself, but Bellamy's able to get to the blue line. 10 seconds to go on the power play. 45 and counting here in the first. Pride have come close, but can't find the back of the net yet. Bolden knocked down. New York desperately needs a clear. Boston makes some changes. Onto the ice comes Marvin. The power play is over. 5-on-5 now. But there are some tired Riveters out there. Johnston, a warrior out there during this penalty kill with a block, and then the forced turnover, and Grushal is going to get it to center, and Dench will chase after it, and the Riveters will finally be able to make a change. That was some penalty kill by New York. Their seeding is set, but they want to finish this season with a huge win and get the home fans fired up for Friday. Duggan taken down. 5 seconds to go. Chance in front. It's knocked away, and this period will end 0-0, and you can thank Katie Fitzgerald for that. 13 saves unofficially in the first, and no score at the end of one. And Don, I'm tired just talking about that power play. That was insane.
Oh, you think you're tired? How about those New York Riveter penalty killers who were hemmed into their zone the entire 2 minutes of that penalty? Kudos to the girls for doing such a great job to kill it off.
End of one, no score between Boston and New York. We'll be back after the first intermission.
I thought I saw you out there, but I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No,
this way.
yeah, we have to rotate 4D on the penalty kill.
Yep. What's up?
Outside of the booth. Outside.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry. What's up, man? I'll come and talk to you in a second. Hold on. Courtney Burke.
Yeah.
I called Rebecca Katie earlier in the year, so that's why I can never be too sure.
On the air?
Yes, I did.
yeah.
But no, we cut it.
She
We
probably
cut it.
loves that.
We cut it beforehand, so nobody ever heard it. But I told her just to let her know.
Yeah, you gotta give her some shit sometimes.
One more time? Yes.
Raise it up.
I think that's as high as it goes.
Okay. What about the top one? Get over here a little bit.
She's got it wrong.
Back
so.
one. Back.
Yeah. Doing an interview, guys? Yeah, stand right there, my man. Take that picture. That'll help us out. Just don't want anybody running through the background. Hold it. Ready? At the intermission here live with Courtney Burke on the penalty unit twice. How did you guys do?
I think we did pretty well. At the end there, they got 2 minutes, and I think we got a little bit tired, but we still killed it off, and that's exactly what we got to do to stay even with this team. So killing penalties is something we worked on in practice a lot this week, so it worked out there.
Fitzy's on fire, backing you guys up back there. A lot of big saves in the first period. What do you need to see from your team in the second period?
Yeah, I think we need to pick it up. We got to use our feet a little bit more and get behind their defense. We're known for our speed, I think, and that's something that we talk about all the time. So I think we got to use our speed and get behind their D.
Courtney Burke and her team hoping to beat Boston for the first time since January of last year. Back to Matt Falkenberry. At the intermission here live. At the intermission here. At the intermission here live with Courtney Burke on the penalty unit twice. How did you guys do?
I think we did.
Working her team, hoping to beat Boston.
We talk about all the time, so I think we got to use our speed and get behind their D. We're known for our speed, I think, and that's something that we talk about all the time. So I think we got to use our speed and get behind their D.
Am I tossing to the Ryland interview, or did you do that already? Okay, just double checking. Okay. Gotcha. Yep. And welcome back to the broadcast here in NWHL Cross Ice Pass, Cheddar, and Nesson Plus. Right now we're going to throw it down ringside to Frankie Graziano, who is with New York Rivers defender Courtney Burke.
At the intermission here live with Courtney Burke on the penalty unit twice. How did you guys do?
I think we did pretty well. At the end there, they got 2 minutes, and I think we got a little bit tired, but we still killed it off, and that's exactly what we got to do to stay even with this team. So killing penalties is something we worked on in practice a lot this week, so it worked out there.
Fitzy's on fire, backing you guys up back there. A lot of big saves in the first period. What do you need to see from your team in the second period?
Yeah, I think we need to pick it up. We got to use our feet a little bit more and get behind their defense. We're known for our speed, I think, and that's something that we talk about all the time. So I think we got to use our speed and get behind their D.
Thank you, Frankie. That was Courtney Burke, defender for the New York Rivers, and they were busy in that first period as we welcome back Don Ferlazzo, my analyst for today's game. And Don, as I mentioned, they were busy. 13 shots unofficially on goal in that first period for Boston, 2 power plays, but New York's defense and Katie Fitzgerald in particular was up to the task.
Absolutely. As we get a look at some replays here, Katie Fitzgerald making a great toe save on that one, allowing her team to clear the zone. Here, I mean, you get a look at, there's chances on both sides. You know, the Riveters, of course, getting some traffic in front. And then this was a big one right here with Hillary Knight coming in on the near side, looking over her options, ends up going high on the glove side, but Katie Fitzgerald with a beautiful save.
You take a look here at Megan Duggan. This was on even strength. Great shot there. And for New York, Don, they had their chances as well, but it really slowed down after a few minutes of action.
Absolutely, and I think a big part of that, or a big reason for that, is because they ended up going shorthanded twice, and during those power play opportunities for Boston, they just controlled the puck constantly. It was a real possession game, and that power play unit featuring Hillary Knight and Brianna Decker was just sniffing around the crease, ready to make, put their this team up on the board. It's nothing short of a miracle that they weren't able to score, quite honestly, because they were just hammering and hammering and hammering. And luckily, the defense for New York, and then of course the goaltender Katie Fitzgerald, were able to put a stop to that.
The shots on goal in the first period, I kept saying unofficially, these are official. 14-5 in favor of Boston. 4 penalty minutes for New York, but Boston couldn't capitalize. They're 0 for 2 on the power play. New York hasn't had a chance yet. And the faceoffs, Boston winning 11 out of 16. Let's take a look at the stands here. It is a packed house inside the Barnabas Health Hockey House, and now the standings, and as you can see, they're set except for one thing, and it's in doubt now. Buffalo had a 3-1 lead going into the third period. It's now 3-2 on a goal by Kelly Stack. So the Whale fighting back. The winner of that Buffalo-Connecticut game going on right now in the third period will come here to play New York, while the loser of that game will travel up to Boston to play on Thursday night. Thursday night, 6 p.m. You can catch the Pride against either the Buttes or the Whale here on NWHL Cross Ice Pass and Cheddar. And on Friday night at 7:30, it'll be New York versus, again, either Buffalo or Connecticut. If the score holds, it's an all New York affair. If it doesn't, well, we'll see what happens. So on Thursday night, you can check out that game. Excuse me, I said 6. It's actually 7:30. Apologize for that. That'll be the semifinal in Boston at Warrior Ice Arena. Our good friends here, JEC Productions, will be all over that. Phil Jubileo and Marissa Ingemi will bring you the broadcast of that one. Phil will do play-by-play. You might know him as the Whale broadcaster. And then on Friday night, as I mentioned, 7:30 here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House. It'll be a semifinal here for the Riveters. I'll be doing analyst work this time around, with Phil doing the play-by-play of that one. And of course, the final will be on Sunday from the Tsongas Center at UMass Lowell in Lowell, Massachusetts. That game starting at 6 p.m. on Sunday, March 19th. And the winners of those 2 semifinals will go at it. Winner take all, Game 7, if you will. The Isabel Cup Championship will be decided on the 19th. So we will see the 2 teams come back on the ice. And Don, heading into the second period, what does Boston and New York have to do to get on the board? Well, besides actually scoring goals, of course.
Well, first things first, I think New York is a much more effective team when they're skating at even strength. So they got to make sure that they stay out of the box and keep the Boston Pride off the power play, because if you look at the shots on goal, as the way that it was breaking down throughout that period, when they were skating 5-on-5, it was about the same on either side. Scoring chances were about the same, and only once New York started getting into penalty trouble, that's when the shots on goal became much more lopsided and the ice started tilting towards Katie Fitzgerald. So I think that's the biggest thing. And when you're skating 5-on-5, anything can happen. I think that's what the New York Riveters would prefer in this case.
So the Riveters taking the ice here, the Pride as well, about to get set here for second period action. Carpenter, Knight, and Decker out there for Boston on the forward line. And they were the ones who started the game. It's going to be Weber, Kessel, and Dench forwards for New York. Picard and Burke on the back end for New York, while Lexi Bender and Casey Bellamy out there defensively for the Pride. Ott and Fitzgerald waiting to see, as we're just in a little bit of a delay here. As I mentioned, kind of reset what's going on so far. No score, Boston 0 for 2 on the power play. They outshot New York 14-5 in that first period. But Katie Fitzgerald was up to the task time and time again. That's why we're scoreless. Boston trying to go for an undefeated record on the 1-year anniversary of them clinching their first and the league's first Isabel Cup championship here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House. And they are trying to finish the year undefeated, head into the postseason with a chance to win 2 more and finish the year 19-0. Very similar to what the 2007 Patriots tried to do, but it was a New York team that ended New England's run at an undefeated record all those years ago, about 10 years ago to be exact. And for the Riveters, they're trying to live up to the New York Giants and what they did, trying to get the win today. If they don't, they'll hopefully, for their sake, as they will try to get one more shot at Boston. It would have to come in the finals. We'll see if that comes to pass. But for now, second period action about to get underway. No score between Boston and New York. Don Ferlazzo and Matt Falkenberry here with you. And we are underway here on NWHL Cross Ice Pass Cheddar and Nesson Plus. Thank you for joining us here on this cold Sunday afternoon in March. Knight and Dench. Now Weber battling for it in the corner. First goal of this game is going to loom so large. New York trying to be the ones to get it. Back to Burke, keeps it in the zone, waits, shot deflected down, loose in front, and Ott can't pick it up. Pass out in front, doesn't connect, and Carpenter will get it and at least clear at the center before Picard sends back in, and New York will touch up.
Oh, nice play there by Kessel behind the net to pick up that loose puck on one side and bring it around the other, go for the centering pass. Unfortunately, nobody there to collect it for the Riveters, and so we play on.
Chance here for Boston. Shot is stopped by Fitzgerald. And she makes another save. 19-11 to go, no score. And stoppage here as the faceoff will be in the near side circle to the right of Katie Fitzgerald. Buffalo leading Connecticut 3-2. Winner comes here, loser goes to Boston. We'll keep you up to date on that one as early in the third period. Connecticut trailed 3-1 going in. Kelly Stack making it 3-2. Packer, now Russo on the backhand, saved by Ott, and the net is knocked off its moorings, and we'll have a whistle. So kind of a break there for Boston.
Absolutely, it's always a welcoming sight when you get to see your net come off its moorings in a scoring chance. Now we get a look at the replay. Russo almost got guilty of a hand pass, but no call on the play there. Finally, the player for New York colliding with Brittany Ott, and then that's what caused the net to come off its moorings.
And update right to the second. Kelly Stack has scored again. It's now 3-3. The Whale have come back from a 2-goal deficit. They're the ones doing the comeback this time around. So tied up in Connecticut. That's going to be an exciting finish. And again, winner plays here. Loser goes to Boston during the playoffs starting on Thursday at Warrior Ice Arena. Shot in, deflected down into the corner. No score here between Boston and New York. And it'll be played out the center as Packer knocks down one of the linesmen. And the puck ends up back in the New York zone, and Grushow will chase after it first. Duggan tries to knock it down, but Johnston calmly works it to her defensive partner, Kira Dostal. Puck played towards the middle, and Russo lost it for a moment, but it's played out the center. And Bender will end up with the puck. So big comeback from the Whale, who went to Buffalo a few weeks ago and got a huge road win to snap their losing streak. And we're able to relax, and there's a shot in. Another chance for Rafter, just goes wide. And it'll be played out the center as there was miscommunication by the defense for New York. Fratkin will tip in. They're able to sit back, watch Boston take care of Buffalo last week and set up this matchup. Played towards the middle and knocked away, but Boston will try to clear it to center to Zelanis, but gets it back to Bolden first, and now they get it out of the zone. So we'll keep you up to date on that game. 3-3, fun one up in Connecticut, and a great one here, and a chance for a 2-on-1. Here comes Rafter. Rafter takes a shot, saved by Ott. Loose puck is taken there by Burke. Shot in, saved by Ott. She plays it behind the net, does Burke. Staying patient with it, feeling the pressure, and Burke able to send it around after feeling the heat from Decker. Rafter tries to send it deep, can't, but New York able to keep in the zone. That was a great chance for New York as Rafter looked like she was going to shoot all the way. Picard sends in wide on purpose. Rafter at the side of the net, tried to jam it in, but could not. And Carpenter lets it go past her, and Dostal will send in deep again. New York, first few minutes doing a great job. Loose puck, Weber, she scores! Oh, a bad turnover by Brittany Ott, and Janine Weber's got double digits. Her 10th goal of the year gives the Riveters a 1-0 lead.
Oh boy, you can just hear the excitement of this crowd as Janine Weber puts the Riveters up 1-0 here in the second period. And it's just as you said, it was the goaltender Brittany Ott who just misplayed the puck behind the net, and it was Janine Weber who just rushed in and threw the puck as quickly as she could into the yawning net mouth to give this Riveters team the 1-0 lead.
So Janine Weber with her 10th goal of the season coming through once again. She'll be the subject of a second intermission interview done pregame, and obviously our boy Frankie, who helps produce this broadcast, interviewed her and brought her some luck, gets her the goal. Russo brings it in, trying to extend that lead, passing it from McMillan, she scores! Melissa McMillan, only seconds after Weber has scored, and the Riveters now lead it 2-0.
Oh my goodness, McMillan capitalizing on a glorious pass. The lucky recipient of such a beautiful pass. As we get a look at the replay here, the Riveters just charging in the zone after already scoring a goal so quickly, and the beautifully centering pass, a one-time shot, finds its way into the back of the net, and Melissa McMillan just doing a great job helping her team get to this 2-0 lead that they have currently.
Melissa McMillan, her 3rd goal of the season, and Bobby J has called a timeout. The Pride feeling the heat, and you take a look at the replays here, and just Rebecca Russo has got to have one of the best, just one of the best eyesights in the league. Great pass right on in front. McMillan's not missing from there, and the rookie comes through with a big goal. And Chad Wiseman has to be thrilled as he talks to his team right now during the timeout about what's going on. And for Bobby J, I'm a little surprised he even had to call a timeout, but that's what he felt like he needed to do, as the Pride have come out very sluggish here in the second period after a great first.
Absolutely. The Pride finished the first period, with a lot of momentum on their side, but they just couldn't capitalize on those 2 power plays. Maybe they took New York for granted and said, okay, we're in control of this game. And yet, it was the Riveters who came out as we get another look at Weber's goal to give them the 1-0 lead.
So the turnover by Ott leads to the goal by Weber, and then Russo with a beautiful pass to the middle to find McMillan to make it 2-0. Game though far from over. Boston's already recovered from a 2-0 lead, or excuse me, 2-goal lead against New York. New York has seen Boston 2-goal lead disappear here. Comebacks galore in this series between these 2 teams. And so we've got a long way to go. Dench with it now. Chance for 3-on-1. Weber tries to deflect it, can't. Just goes wide, but Kessel will try to get to the puck first, can't. It's played back towards Fitzgerald, and Johnston will get after it first. So 15:53 to go and counting here in the second period. 2-0. New York is leading Boston here. Again, the Riveters, second straight game between these 2 teams that they've jumped out to a 2-goal advantage. But again, Boston certainly has the firepower to come back, so far from over. Dench tries to corral it, but Bellamy ends up with it, and she'll send in deep, and this will go in on net. And Fitzgerald decides to cover with 15:27 to go. Shots unofficially here for the game, 14-10 in favor of Boston.
So we get another look at Katie Fitzgerald as she lines up ready to see the face-off to her glove side. You got to remember that it was her strong play in the first period that allowed the Riveters to get to this situation and have an opportunity to take a lead.
Absolutely, as the play has been mostly in the in the Boston zone right in front of our broadcast booth. Boston has not been able to set up, but again, they seem to have, sometimes they just can turn on that switch, and before you know it, goals are flying in. There's a shot from the blue line, blocked in front. The goal scored by McMillan, assisted by Rebecca Russo, and Alexa Grushow gets a secondary assist. Weber's goal was unassisted, so Russo and Grushow the only assists in the game so far, and for Russo, that's her 13th assist of the year, and that ties her with Amanda Kessel for the team lead. Boston trying to get something set up here. 2-0. New York in front, trying to end the undefeated season of the Boston Pride. Carpenter gets the puck, battling both Packer and Burke, and Boston will regroup here. Grushow battling for it for New York, and it's played back towards the blue line. Bellamy takes a shot, saved by Fitzgerald right on the Rosie the Riveter crest on her uniform. And with 14:26 to go, another whistle, and the score remains 2-0 New York.
Well, it looks like the Boston Pride are really trying to slow things down and go back to the possession game that they found so much success with in the early stages of this game, as we get a look at another great save by Katie Fitzgerald.
Face off in the near side circle. Parker tries to play towards the middle, can't, and Bender will allow the puck to come out of the zone, and Boston will regroup. McMillan chasing after the puck, feeling the heat from Lannis. And McMillan's got it, and we'll just move it to center. This should be an icing, and there it is. So 14:08 to go. New York getting hemmed in their own zone, and they just iced the puck, so Boston will have another offensive zone face-off.
So getting back to the point, though, the Boston Pride really are slowing things down, trying to just get back to that possession game, you know, gain the zone, pass around, find those shooting opportunities. That's what they did such a great job at, especially in the power play earlier.
Marvin's shot deflected over the net. Dostal gets the loose puck first, finds Fratkin, who bangs it off the boards and out the center. So New York content with just trying to clear the zone, now trying to move up ice, but Boston again holds on to the puck. Nice play there by Russo to deflect it for a moment as Marvin tries to get to it. Now Dempsey tries to find Duggan. It's turned over. New York, though, can't control the puck completely, and it's played below the goal line where McMillan will get after it and try to find Rafter. Intercepted by Dempsey. Dempsey makes the pass across. There's a shot, just goes wide, as Fitzgerald looked like maybe she had blocked it with her blocker. And the puck played back to Marvin. Marvin's shot blocked. Chance here for Pelkey. That shot bounces high up in the air, and it'll be clear down ice, and this will be another icing here. So New York having a lot of trouble right now. After that timeout by Bobby J, the Pride have picked up their game, but they still trail 2-0.
Yeah, you know, sometimes a timeout is all your team needs to regroup and just say, okay, we've gotten this far. We're 16-0 on the season so far. Let's do what got us here and see if it helps. And in this case, it clearly seems to have worked, at least for the time being.
Face off, battled for now in the corner. Each team trying to gain the possession here, and Boston's able to do so. And it's played back to Bender. Bender waits, takes a shot in, sticked away by Fitzgerald, pops up in the air off the glass, and she's able to reach over the net as if she was trying to catch a foul pop-up. Second baseball reference already today from Fitzgerald, and so with 13:01 to go, another face-off, and it remains 2-0 New York. So Fitzgerald keeping the eye on the prize, doing a good job there. Again, the update in Connecticut with 4:37 to go. Buffalo has scored. It's now 4-3, 4:37 to go in the third. If that score can remain for the next 4.5 minutes, Buffalo's coming here to New Jersey on Friday night, and Connecticut's heading up to Boston. We'll see if the Whale can muster up one more goal as McMillan catches the puck on the bench. And we have a stoppage here with 12:46 to go here in the second period.
Boy, it really must be an interesting game there between Connecticut and Buffalo. I mean, they're fighting for the right to come and not just play the Riveters, but also avoid playing the Boston Pride. That's got to be a really scary matchup for the playoffs.
Certainly is, but New York certainly hasn't been scared, and they have played Boston tough really all year. First two games, Boston put up 5 each, but the last 4 have been great. Weber, shot just goes wide. Boston's come back and won them or recovered from blowing a lead, but they're going to have to come back one more time, down by 2, which they did after 2 periods last time. There's still 12 minutes and 15 seconds here in the second, so like I said, lots of time left. Carpenter played towards the middle, puck still loose, and batted around in the middle, and New York at least will get it out the center, as Bellamy was able to slow down the chance for Dench to get on a rush. Parker sends in Decker. Decker with a chance out in front, has it knocked away. She hits the ice. A couple players tumble down, and Kessel ends up with a loose puck behind her own net and makes the pass back to Burke. 11:50 to go here in the second period. 2-0 New York. And Boston has dominated puck possession, something that they can do for long stretches of games. They're doing it right now, as the timeout by Bobby J has worked to that point, but still nothing on the board. But they are certainly buzzing right now. Picard sends it across to Burke, and Burke sends in. Packer can't get there, but the puck in on Ott, who sends it away towards the corner. And Parker does a good job of getting it out of the zone, although Burke will pick up the puck first. Packer was not completely out of the zone. And as you take a look at the last chance here.
Yeah, here's a chance for the Riveters, and it was Weber once again trying to weave her way through traffic and get a shot on goal. Unfortunately, ends up going wide, so Ott not forced to make the save there, but she did have good coverage, not much room to get around her, even if Weber was able to get the shot on.
Still waiting on to see who got that goal for Buffalo. We'll report it as soon as that is in, but for now, like I said, Buffalo up 4-3, New York up 2-0. The score holds in Connecticut. It's Buffalo and New York for the right to play for the championship on the 19th. That game will be on the 17th of March on St. Patrick's Day here in Newark. Take a look at Alexa Grusha, the secondary assist on the goal by Melissa McMillan. She has been solid all season. She's got 10 points in the year, 2 goals and 8 assists. And been a big part of that second unit with Russo and Packer. And as a couple players hit the ice and a penalty has been called, it's going to be a trip. And for the third time in this game, the Boston Pride are about to go on the power play.
Yeah, just taking a look, and it looks like maybe it's Kira Dostal. Oh, now we get a look at the replay as I was checking my roster
with
view.
the trip.
So Dostal guilty of the
Packer,
trip.
excuse me, that's going to go off. So Dostal was caught up in the wash there. So Madison Packer called for the penalty. And so that gives Boston a chance on the power play to slice into this 2-0 deficit. And it was Sheann D'Arcangelo who scored to make it 4-3. She was the big free agent signing for Buffalo. And she comes through late in the year with a huge goal. And as the Utes trying to finish this one off, the Pride trying to get this power play going. Pass it in front, score! Oh, what a beauty of a pass from below the goal line by Hillary Knight. And just like that, the Boston Pride score on the power play. And it's Brianna Decker, who else? Make it 21 points in 8 games in nearly 2 periods. She's been on fire, and the Pride make it a 2-1 deficit.
Wow, I can't wait to look at this replay. Look at this patience and look at the vision of Hillary Knight as she sets up behind the net and just waits for Brianna Decker, who sneaks in on the near side post, able to just put that one home. Really, the goaltender had no chance at stopping that one.
For Decker, that is goal number 14 on the season, point number 31. She's 2 points away from tying Hillary Knight for the most points scored in a season. 3 points away from setting the mark herself. She had 30 points a year ago, and now with 31, so she tops her career high here in the NWHL. They're just finally getting to announcing the penalty, which is already over. As the puck is played in Boston, that timeout worked really well. New York commits a penalty, and the power play, Knight to Decker, always a lethal combination, and the most lethal in this league comes through and makes it 2-1. Take a look at this one from below the goal line.
Yeah, here you get another look at it, and I mean, it just, Katie Fitzgerald really didn't even have time to look over and realize that Brianna Decker was just sneaking in on the doorstep.
2 minutes to go up in Connecticut, 4-3, Buffalo in front. 2-1 New York in front, but Boston just scored on the power play to cut the 2-0 lead down to 1. Weber. Alex Carpenter gets a secondary assist on that goal as Weber was taken down and Boston regains the puck. So for Alex Carpenter, she's got 20 assists, first player in NWHL history to reach the 20 assist mark in 1 year. As she gets point number 29 on the year. As it'll be Kessel battling for it. Dench tries to pick it up, and Boston continuing to just dominate the puck possession. Carpenter trying to get on the board with a goal after getting the assist, but loses it. And the pass back up to Bolden. Bolden lines up the shot, blocked down in front. Another shot knocked down, and New York will move it to center. Kessel gets it over to Dench. Dench finds the trailer. There's a shot, just goes wide of Ott. And it'll be Knight to get to the puck first. Packer trying to get after it. And Knight ends up with the puck. 9:06 to go here in the second period. 2-1. New York in front. Boston charging. Puck way towards the middle. Knocked off one of the Pride players, and Fitzgerald dives on the puck to stop play with 9 minutes to go. We're in immediate timeout. 2-1, New York leads Boston here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House. We'll be right back. This is the NWHL on Cross Ice Pass, Cheddar, and Nesson Plus. Welcome back to the broadcast here. You're taking a look at Bobby J, whose timeout helped spark his Pride team to cut what was a 2-0 lead down to 2-1 on a power play goal by Brianna Decker. Goals by Weber and McMillan for New York, and it is a final in Connecticut. The Buffalo Buttes 4, the Connecticut Whale 3. The Whale battled back from a 3-1 deficit to tie it, but Sheann Darkangelo's second goal of the game wins it for Buffalo. The semifinals are set. It'll be Boston and Connecticut 7:30 on Thursday night, the 16th, up at Warrior Ice Arena, and it'll be an all-New York affair here in New Jersey as the Riveters will take on the Buttes 7:30 on Friday. Shot in, blocked by Decker, and played below the goal line for Boston. So one game done. This is the final game of the regular season in the NWHL, and the standings are set. Boston 1, New York 2, Buffalo 3, and Connecticut 4. As that puck is sent in deep, as Weber will chase after it, and we'll have plenty of time, I'm sure, during intermissions and such to go over those matchups. But for now, we got a great one going on here in Jersey. Shot by McMillan, saved by Ott. Oh, what a save indeed by Brittany Ott. With 8:22 to go here in the second, she slides post to post to make the stop, and we'll have a face-off in the Boston defensive zone. Take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, we got to look here, and it's Kessel with the beautiful setup going to McMillan at the point, and she just slaps a hard one all the way towards the front of the net. But of course, Brittany Ott equal to the task, making the save.
Shot in by Dostal, bounces up in the air, and Packer ends up with it. Makes the pass back to McMillan, who sends it across to Dostal again. Dostal tries to find Grushow as it's played right out in front, bouncing puck, and it'll be Russo to grab it. Russo moves it to the blue line, tries to make a pass to McMillan, and it's intercepted. Duggan trying to lead Pelkey, and Pelkey gets knocked off the puck by Russo. And a couple of players fall down. Here comes Boston, though. They regain the puck and the zone. 7:45 and counting to go here in the second period. 2-1, New York in front, and a penalty is coming up here. It's going to be a holding call. Didn't see who touched up the puck.
I think this one will be against the Riveters.
And looks like New York's going to tempt fate once again, as we have another penalty coming up here as McMillan will head to the box.
Buffalo game ended, it's 4-3 Buffalo. You got that?
So Melissa McMillan, who has what is now the go-ahead goal, or for New York, is now in the box. Boston has scored once on the power play today. They're 1 for 3, trying to make it 2 for 4 and tie this game up. New York, who came back against Connecticut about a month ago on February 19th, that great 6-5 comeback. They scored a whole bunch of power play goals. They know what penalties can do when you're trying to hold on to a lead. Bouncing puck in, and Fitzgerald able to corral it. And it's 7:19 to go and 1:38 on the power play. We'll have a face-off.
Well, the Pride accomplished their mission of gaining the zone here. Even though it wasn't a great scoring chance, their mission was basically to get it on net, get the stoppage so they can set up for the face-off. And they have some great face-off takers in this one as they win this one. And play does continue.
Played back to the blue line for Bender. Bender sends it down to the circle. Now Bellamy. Boy, the passing so crisp right now. Bender's shot blocked. Great block there by Grushow, and Grushow battles her way to getting the puck to Picard. Picard lines up a shot. Easy save by Ott, and she'll just let it fall right in front of her. And Boston, not wanting to take a face-off in their own zone, will continue to play it as Bellamy, feeling the heat from Packer. Packer using the stick effectively, but Bellamy able to get out of the zone. Casey Bellamy brings it down the near side, waits, not getting too much help as Boston actually goes off for a change. Parker out there on the power play. Bolden comes on, so does Gigi Marvin now. Bolden shot, deflected down, saved by Fitzgerald, and picked up there by Pelkey as Decker nearly touched her. She was coming off the ice, but Boston able to make the changes that they need. Puck deflected down towards Duggan. Johnston trying to get there to get it out of the zone. New York trying to get there. Another push from behind. No arms are up. The physicality picking up here in the second period and on this power play. And with 25 seconds to go, New York's able to clear down. 6 minutes to go, still 2-1 New York.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned this physicality, and it's no surprise that there was eventually another penalty. Of course, the Riveters in the box right now, or a member of the Riveters, I should say. But this physicality has really picked up, especially in the latter stages of this second period. 8
seconds to go on the power play. Kessel trying to get to the puck first. Nice job making the back pass to Picard. She tries to clear out, but can't. Carpenter catches it. The power play, though, is over. One for four is Boston so far. Big kill, but the puck's still not out of the zone. Boston trying to find the equalizer. Bolden sends it across to Marvin. Marvin sends it down into the corner. Again, two players come along the boards. Chance here, shot, and Fitzgerald watches it go wide. And she tried to square up against the post and make the stop, but the shot was not on target. Another shot in, deflected down. How many block shots has New York had today? Puck kept in on the blue line. Fans don't like the call, but it's turned over, and New York will move it to center before the Pride regroup. 5 minutes to go, and counting here in the second period. New York leading it 2-1. Weber and McMillan made it 2-0 for New York. Then Brianna Decker scoring her 14th of the season, league leading 14th goal of the year. As there's an icing, allows me to continue this little review of this period so far. Got the power play goal to make it 2-1. That's where we stand. And as I mentioned, Don, it's going to be the Whale playing Boston on Thursday. They get the short end of the stick, if you will, having to go up against this powerhouse team, while for New York, they're going to go up against a Buffalo team that beat them a number of times. It took them to overtime 3 times this year. They've been close games throughout, and of the 2 games they played here, Buffalo did get a win, so it should be a great matchup between the 2 teams from New York here in New Jersey. As the face-off is battled for, and eventually New York will come up with the puck first. 4:37 to go here in the second period. New York leading it by 1. Another close game between these 2 teams so far. Dostal, after that shot went wide, taken down, and no arms up, and the fans, they don't like it at all. They're looking for a call. New York has taken all the penalties so far. Boston has not seen the box yet, and they won't for right now. Puck sent in. Dostal will get to it first as Carpenter wheels off, and it'll be played to center, but intercepted, and here come the Pride. They were looking for a call as Bellamy hit the ice, but they don't get one either. Referee's letting them play so far here, Don.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to hopefully the Riveters getting a chance, just because I want to see what they can do on the power play.
Let's take a look at the replay here. As chance there for a penalty, and well, fans wanted it, didn't get it, and so we play on 5-on-5. Shots here in the game so far is 20-12 in favor of Boston. You can follow along with the stats on nwhl.zone by clicking on the game at the top of your screen. When you reach that web page, New York finally getting some chances here in their own zone. Picard lines it up, has it knocked down. Frackton touched it with a high stick, but Boston able to touch it first, so play continues. And the Pride will move it to center. Here comes Parker, sends in just wide of the net, and Fitzgerald will let it go. And New York, I think right now, Don, would love to just get out of this period with a lead.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, they worked so hard to get that 2-0 lead. Now they're trying to hold on to it. They've got to make sure they stay out of the box, because these referees have shown they will make calls when they feel it necessary. So, you know, the whistles have not been put away, to say the least, and that can be a dangerous thing for these Riveters who, quite honestly, can't stay out of the box.
Chance here, shot save made by Fitzgerald. Oh, golden chance there for Bolden, but she couldn't finish as that turnover landed right on her stick, and she was open for the shot. Puck play towards center, and Grushal knocks it away from Gagliardi, and now it's played to center. where it's picked up by Picard, and she'll send in deep. 2:35 to go here in the second period. New York leading it 2-1. They led 3-1 at the end of 2 periods on Saturday the 4th. Boston came back. Boston trailed 2-0 in this game, trying to tie it up here. New York would love to regain a 3-1 advantage. They'll try here on a 3-on-2. Boston trying to get back. They even it up now. There's a shot. Oh, and it just goes wide of Ott. Might have been a pass. Burke, her shot is deflected away as she was looking to hit Dench right out in front. Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Pass towards the middle. Weber couldn't get a stick on it, and Dostal has it. Now finds Kessel onside. Puck left at the blue line. Oh, Carpenter was open. Now she's going to get it. But here comes McMillan. Carpenter shot saved by Fitzgerald. Katie Fitzgerald once again. Carpenter intercepts. There's a shot by Knight. Just goes high over the bar. Another shot blocked by McMillan. Oh, great defense here as the Pride are buzzing again. 100 seconds to go here in the period. Play on in front. Saved by Fitzgerald with 1:36 to go. The Riveters, thanks to the brick wall, still lead it 2-1.
Oh, Katie Fitzgerald is putting on a goaltending clinic this period. Really, this entire game, she has the one blemish. As we get another look at the replay, and it was Brianna Decker who finally comes away with the puck all alone in the circle, getting the shot off. But Katie Fitzgerald, again, equal to the task, able to make that save and get the stoppage.
21-12, the shots in favor of Boston. They had a flurry there. We'll get those updated shot totals when the period comes to an end. And there's still 1:25 to go. Boston looking for the tying goal. Bellamy sends it across, and it doesn't connect. And if it had, there was an open net and a chance for the tie. Riveters get the loose puck. 1:15 to go here in the second period. 2-1, New York in front. Weber and McMillan the goals for New York. Decker the goal for Boston. Bellamy moves it out of the zone, and here come the Pride. Chance here. Knight back to Decker. Decker winds up, shot, saves Fitzgerald, but can't control the rebound. Chance below the goal line, but Knight couldn't come up with it. Marvin makes the pass back to Knight, and now it's played in the corner. Popped up below the goal line, and the Pride will get to it first. 45 seconds to go and counting. Here in the second period, 2-1 New York. Boston buzzing, trying to tie it before the period ends. Shot, saved by Fitzgerald. Play towards the front, picked up by New York. They will try to swing it around the boards, but it doesn't go out of the zone at all, and Gagliardi gets it back. 30 seconds to go. Gagliardi takes the shot. Save, rebound right on in front. Good job by New York to clear, and Packer will move it to center.
Oh boy, New York in desperate need of a change here as only 20 seconds to go in the period. They were really hemmed in their zone, and lucky for them, they had a goaltender to bail them out.
Burke gets after the loose puck, tries to make a back pass, and ends up still in the zone. Shot, oh, just goes through the legs of Fitzgerald in a wide open goal mouth, but no one there to finish, and that will end the second period with the Riveters leading the Pride 2-1, second straight game these two teams have played. New York leads after 2. Don, your impressions of the period.
Oh my gosh, that was really exciting hockey. I cannot wait for the exciting conclusion in this next period. So if anybody's looking forward to it any more than me, I'd like to meet them.
Weber and McMillan score for New York. Decker scores for Boston. End of 2 periods here on NWHL Cross Ice Pass. Cheddar and Nesson Plus. Riveters lead. We'll be right back.
I'm Frankie, by the way.
Were you supposed to interview me before? Or before the
Yeah, you guys were late.
I know,
Sir,
sorry.
we have the same problem. This will be kind of quick. Thank you very much, Matt. I'm down here with Brianna Decker. Thank you very much, Matt. I'm down here with Brianna Decker, and it was a story of penalties for New York in that second period. You had to resort to a fancy play to beat that goaltender in Katie Fitzgerald.
Yeah, she's doing well back there. We're peppering her with a little bit of shots, but we got to get more on net. We got to take away her eyes a little bit.
Is it in the back of your mind that you guys haven't lost in a year and now maybe another comeback in the offing?
Yeah, honestly, we just kind of take it game by game. We've been fortunate to be undefeated this season, but this team is great. They pressure us a lot, and we just got to work to get a comeback here.
Brianna's 14th goal of the season. She leads the league in points with 31. Back up to you, Matt. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Matt. I'm down here with Brianna Decker, and it was a story of penalties for New York in that second period. You had to resort. Thank you very much. Matt. I'm down here with Brianna Decker. Thank you very much, Matt. I'm down here with Brianna Decker, and it was a story of penalties for New York in that second period. You had to resort to a fancy play to beat that goaltender in Katie Fitzgerald.
Yeah, she's doing well back there. We're peppering her with a little bit of shots, but we got to get more on net. We got to take away her eyes a little bit.
Is it in the back of your mind that you guys haven't lost in a year and now maybe another comeback in the offing?
Yeah, honestly, we just kind of take it game by game. We've been fortunate to be undefeated this season, but this team is great. They pressure us a lot, and we just got to work to get a comeback here.
Brianna's 14th goal of the season. She leads the league in points with 31. Back up to you, Matt.
Welcome back to the broadcast here at NWHL Cross Ice Pass Cheddar and Nesson Plus. In the second intermission, the New York Riveters lead the Boston Pride 2-1. Let's send it down the ringside where Frankie Graziano is with Boston Pride's Brianna Decker.
Thank you very much, Matt. I'm down here with Brianna Decker, and it was a story of penalties for New York in that second period. You had to resort to a fancy play to beat that goaltender in Katie Fitzgerald.
Yeah, she's doing well back there. We're peppering her with a little bit of shots, but we got to get more on
Anything
net. We got to
specific
take
I should
away our
ask
eyes
you?
a little bit.
Is it in the back of your mind that you guys haven't lost in a year and now maybe another comeback in the offing?
Yeah, honestly, we just kind of take it game by game. We've been fortunate to be undefeated this season, but this team is great. They pressure us a lot, and we just got to work to get a comeback here.
Brianna's 14th goal of the season. She leads the league in points with 31. Back up to you, Matt.
And thank you, Frankie and Brianna. 2-1 here at the Barnabas South Hockey House in favor of New York as they're trying to end the undefeated season of the Boston Pride. Alongside Don Ferlazzo, I am Matt Falkenberry, and if you were listening to us earlier, we were giving you updates, and again, it is a final up in Connecticut. The Whale falling to the Buttes 4-3, meaning New York and Buffalo will face each other on Friday night at 7:30 here at the Barnabas South Hockey House, while it'll be Connecticut and Boston on Thursday night up at the Warrior Ice Arena. But first, let's take a look at some of the particulars on those two games. As I mentioned, the Whale and the Pride playing on Thursday. Take a look at some of the replays here, and first chance of the game, of the period, New York getting in there, and then another chance here in the stop in front by Ott.
Yeah, you know, this was the giveaway here. This is the first goal of the game for New York, and that's when Weber just finally able to hammer one home and get the Riveters on the board with that 1-0 lead after Ott had the giveaway.
Then you take a look here at chance here by Russo, and she just threads a beautiful pass right out in front. There's McMillan, and it made it 2-0.
Yeah, that was just really something. I mean, what a pass by Russo here. Great vision as she dips below the goal line, but passes it back up, and McMillan there to capitalize. And then we get one more look at the last goal scored in the period. This one coming off the stick of Brianna Decker, and she just having a great save, or making a great shot on goal and putting it in to get them the lead, or to get them within one, I should say.
And then the save by Ott on that rocket from McMillan. Another chance here for Boston. They were buzzing at the end of that second period, but Fitzgerald, as we've said before, was up to the task in that second period. So 2-1 is your score. The shots 26-12 in favor of Boston. They were dominant in that second period, out shooting New York 12-7. Penalty minutes 8-0. Boston has actually won for 4 on the power play. New York has not had a power play in the game tonight, and Boston has won 24 out of 39 faceoffs. And as we talked about, the playoffs are coming up. It'll be Boston and Connecticut on Thursday the 16th from the Warrior Ice Arena. It'll be New York and Buffalo on Friday from right here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House. Take a look at the updated standings. Buffalo finishes the season 6-10-1 with 13 points. Connecticut 5-12-1 with 11. New York trying to get over 500 with a win today. They would finish 8-7-3 with a win. And Boston, as we've mentioned before, trying to finish the season 17-0. So Don, playoffs coming up, and this is your first experience in the National Women's Hockey League, and you've got a great game so far. Your impression of these two teams heading into the postseason?
Well, you know what? I mean, we know that the Boston Pride are a 16-0 team right now, and we can see why. We've seen some real flashes of brilliance, but we've also seen how the New York Riveters, you know, are very tenacious. They can battle through some adversity, and you know they've got a goaltender that can keep them in games. I'm really interested to see how both series end up going. Of course, Boston hosting the first game on Thursday, and then New York the second. Really, I'm not as familiar with the other teams as you are. I'm kind of curious to hear about what kind of rivalry situation we have between the Boston Pride and, of course, the Connecticut Whale. There's a real New England connection there, isn't there?
There most certainly is, and the Whale, you know, they're going to be the decided underdog in that game, and they know it, and they're going to play that up. Sinead Lundberg, who got the start today and has played recently, will probably have a chance to you know, they should have a good, you know, chance, but Boston will definitely be the favorite. And then New York and Buffalo, that is a great rivalry. They've always played tight games the last 2 years. 2 games I've done with them, last year both went to overtime. 2 games this year, Buffalo and New York each split the games here in New York. 4 games in Buffalo, 3 of them went to overtime. So New York and Buffalo have played some great games this year, very tight games. and actually 2 games went to overtime. 1 game was a shutout for New York in regulation, so should be a great couple of series. New York and Buffalo will play here on Friday night. Myself and Phil Jubileo will be on the call for that one, 7:30 on Friday. But for now, the third period here between New York and Boston is underway. The Pride 20 minutes away from falling for the first time, but they've been in this situation before. They were just a week ago against New York, rallied from a 2-goal deficit, now trying to do so from a 2-goal deficit in the game overall, but only from 1 goal down here to begin the third. New York trying to do what nobody has done since January 3rd, 2016, and that's score more goals in a game than the Boston Pride. Carpenter to the middle. Knight can't come up with it, neither could Decker. And that's just a surprise in itself that the puck got through both of those players. And now Grushow chases after it. Alexa Grushow, a secondary assist on the goal by McMillan. That is the one that gave New York that 2-0 advantage and is the difference in the game right now. New York got to stay out of the penalty box, committed 4 penalties in this game. Boston's already got 1 on the board and has come close on a few others. Here's a chance now. Pelkey shot, she whiffs on it. Good defense from McMillan, 1-on-1 there. Pelkey trying to get to it, and the puck is missed, and here comes Dempsey. Pelkey shot, saved by Fitzgerald. She doesn't know where it is. It's behind her, and they tuck it in. 1 minute and 11 seconds into the third period. The Riveters have seen their 2-goal advantage gone away as the Pride now have tied the game at 2 on the goal scored by Megan Duggan.
Oh, that's a tough one to swallow if you're Katie Fitzgerald. Here we get the replay. Fitzgerald thinks that she has it caught up in the paraphernalia. The right move is just to freeze and hope that it's going to get the whistle. Obviously, the referee still had eyes on that puck, and so too did Megan Duggan. She's able to put it home and bring this game to a 2-2 score.
It was Duggan that helped spark the comeback last week. She also scored the goal back in January that helped Boston get a 2-1 win here in New Jersey. And she's tied the game at 2, and offsides is called. So 18:42 to go here in the third period as we take another look at this goal that tied it at 2.
Yeah, here's the shot on coming off the stick of Megan Duggan. And the puck just sits there on the goal line, and Duggan's the only one who notices it sitting there. She's able to just sneak home and backhand it in.
Credit to the referees seeing that puck. I couldn't even see it on that replay, but they were able to see that it was still loose, didn't blow the whistle. No intent to blow the whistle either, and Duggan able to tuck it home to make it 2-2. So the Riveters now going to have to try to regroup here. Boston, really since that timeout, Don, have absolutely turned it on, and they've tied this game at 2. New York has got to get something going here as Boston continues to control puck possession. Here's Rafter with it now. Rafter gets some space, takes a shot. Oh, and that nicks off the crossbar as she tried to beat Ott upstairs. Rafter can't keep it in the zone, but New York will get to it first as it ends up caught in the skates of the referee. And now Ketchum's got it. Ketchum has it taken away from her by Marvin. And Boston will look to cycle it out of the zone. Can't as Weber able to keep it in. Janine Weber scoring her 10th goal of the season. Leading the team in goals this year. What a great season for Janine Weber. Got the first one of the game on the turnover by Ott. As the puck is played back into the Boston zone, and the Pride have it. And they move it to center, where they'll try to dump in deep, but Dostal intercepts as Boston's going off for a change. Here comes Dench. Dench has it taken away from her. As Dench sees the Pride move it up to center. 17-17 and counting to go here in the third period. The playoff matchups are set. The only thing in doubt is whether or not the Pride can finish off an undefeated season, or can New York upset them here in the final game of the season and finish their year over 500. They're 7-7-3 coming in, trying to get their 8th win of the year. Picard playing defense there, pass out in front, and the pass is knocked away to the side. Good defense from New York. But Boston, again, they just love coming down those sides, Don, and just throwing it to the middle and hoping to get something going here. They'll try it again as Carpenter's got it. Knight going to the net. Carpenter feeling the pressure, though. Packer can't get the loose puck. Here comes Dempsey. Dempsey on the backhand save made by Fitzgerald with the pad, and it'll be played out the center.
Oh, wow, great save there by Fitzgerald to get a toe on that one. A tricky backhand coming off the stick of Dempsey, and Fitzgerald forced to make another save.
Pass towards the middle. Duggan ends up with it now. Duggan patiently waiting with it. Gets it back on the backhand, now sends it to the blue line. Nearly lost, but the Pride able to recover. Bender's shot is whiffed, but she'll get it back and sends in deep. Pelkey to the middle. takes a shot, knocked down. Oh, and Duggan was trying to get to the rebound. There's a penalty coming up, and for the first time in the game, the Riveters are going to have a power play as Bender touches up, and it'll be number 17, Megan Duggan, who takes the long skate over to the bench, and for Duggan, that is her team-leading 12th penalty of the season. So she ties it, and now gives the Riveters a chance on the power play for New York to regain the lead.
Yeah, you know, she can go from hero to GOAT if it is the Riveters who are able to capitalize on their first power play of the game here.
So for New York, as Don just mentioned, and I have as well, first power play of the game, coming here with just under 16 minutes to go here in the third period. So Duggan called for the tripping penalty. Kessel brings it down with speed. Amanda Kessel, who has not scored here at home in the regular season, had 2 against Boston last week. Burke, back to Kessel. Kessel pass towards Weber, wide open net, saved by Ott! Oh, the shot was missed, but Ott goes post to post to make the save, and she is so lucky McMillan didn't get all of it, but it doesn't matter, great save nonetheless, and we're still tied at 2.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see this replay. McMillan, you're right, gets a beautiful cross-ice pass, but it all starts with a play at the point, a pass across, and then finally it's Kessel to send it right back to McMillan, had the wide open opportunity, not able to capitalize though as Ott able to get the pad on that one.
Burke at the center point, keeps it in the zone. Now McMillan, back to Burke. Burke, shot blocked by Knight, and it's caught in her uniform, and so a stoppage and a face-off.
Getting back to that goal for a minute there, you really got to think that if McMillan can get everything on that shot, you know, she could roof it. You know, there was a lot of net available. Sometimes, though, the puck doesn't lay flat the way you want it to, and you just got to throw the puck at the net however you receive it.
We'll see if New York comes back to regret the miss hit there and the great save by Ott. Still to get over in time. Right there, shot, score! Madison Packer again for the second straight home game from an impossible angle, and the Riveters regain the lead, 3-2.
Oh wow, Madison Parker with this huge goal. Gets it just on the side of the net. I'm not even sure how it got to her, but one of the alternate captains on this team showing some serious leadership, Madison Packer putting them up with this 3-2 lead here.
Her 8th goal of the season, her 4th on the power play to lead the Riveters, and what a huge answer. So the McMillan miss hit and saved by Ott doesn't come back to hurt New York, and Duggan's penalty helps New York get the power play goal. They now lead it 3-2 as we are coming up on under 15 minutes to go here in the second period. So we'll get the word on the assists in just a moment, but Packer right on the goal line. Second time in the last 2 home games she scored from that angle. 3-on-2. Knight, shot, save. Fitzgerald, and she holds it.
Oh, nice save there by Fitzgerald. That's an important save. Now we're getting another look at the goal. The nice pass there coming in, and she just takes it on the forehand and just throws it. I mean, there was no daylight between the goaltender and the post, and yet somehow the puck sneaks through. Great shot by Packer.
Really something else there from Madison Packer, who in the comeback against the Whale, trailing 5-1, New York got a power play, and she scored on the other side of the ice from that same goal line, and she roofed it against Ott, and that's the way to beat Brittany Ott. She is dynamite on the ice on those low shots, but if you can get the shots upstairs, she can have some trouble with it. Puck played towards the blue line. McMillan shot, oh, saved by Ott on the deflection. Great job by Brittany Ott to follow that puck and to end up holding on to it.
Yeah, I think Janine Weber was the one who deflected that one on the way to the net. But as you're correct in saying, Ott showing some great ability to track that puck and not only make the save but cover it up so there was no rebound.
Amanda Kessel getting the assist on that power play goal, so she regains the assist lead. She's got 14 assists on the year in just her 8th game of the season. She's got 18 points in 8 games. Here comes Russo. There's a shot. Saved by Ott. Loose in front. Russo hits the deck as the Pride are able to clear it out. Boy, the Riveters have got some serious momentum now with 14 minutes to go.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Brittany Ott has been a very busy goaltender back there. You know, had some stretches where she didn't really have to get tested, but she's been very sharp with
Russo,
the exception of the goal.
Take the shot. Oh, saved by Ott. Oh, what a save. She's able to pick that one up at eye level and make the stop on Russo. The secondary assist on that goal goes to Courtney Burke. As you take a look at the replay here of some of the chances, and there's Ott making the save. So it was Packer on the power play from Kessel and Burke. For Kessel, as I mentioned, now retakes the team lead in assists with her 14th of the season, 18 points overall. Shot by Fratkin, knocked down, and the Pride will get it out 3-on-2. Here comes Boston, but that lead pass a little bit too far for Lannis as Picard chased her down. Lannis trying to corral the puck, can't, but it's picked up at the blue line by Blake Bolden. Bolden's shot blocked in the front. Lannis' shot just goes wide as it ends up right in her stick. Great opportunity there for Rachel Lannis, but she couldn't finish. Play continues as Levine plays it below the goal line behind the net. Rafter will get it up towards Fratkin, and Kaylee Fratkin brings it up to the red line and will dump in deep. New York leading it 3-2 with 13 minutes to go. Pride tied it early in the third period on the goal by Duggan. Packer on the power play regained them the lead. Pass out in front blocked, and the Pride look to move it up to center and will. Chance here again for Boston. Carpenter with some great stick handling moves, but the shot is blocked. Knight tries to keep it in, can't, but it ends up deflected down the bender. Another shot, save, oh, rebound loose. Couple players hit the ice as Fitzgerald was bumped into. As that puck is gonna be sent in and Dench gets there. Ott will swing it around. First time Ott's really played the puck significantly since that turnover, as Packer tries to get to the loose puck and does. Madison Packer, an original New York Riveter, an all-star voted by the fans, has given her team a 1-goal advantage. She did not play in the game last week, and she's made her presence felt tonight. Carpenter brings it down, past the Knight. Knight in the slot, shot, saved by Fitzgerald. And the best player in the world, arguably, Hillary Knight, comes in, has a wide open shot, and the brick wall comes up big again.
Yeah, you know, when Hillary Knight has the puck there on the forehand between the circles, that's a scary situation if you're a defending team or a goaltender. Great drop pass there, and then Knight gets the shot on, but Katie Fitzgerald equal to the task again, making a great save.
Shot save right off the face-off as Fitzgerald sticks it off the glass. You saw Chad Wiseman just a second ago trying to see if he can get his team through the next 12 minutes and finish off what would have to be considered an upset, although again, these two teams have played some great 1-goal games throughout the year, really since the first 2 games of the season. Duggan battles Burke in the corner. Khrushchev waiting to help out. It's passed up top. Packer gets it out, and Burke will move it up. And here comes Rebecca Russo, and she'll just send in deep. 11:27 to go here in the third period. Pass it in front. Oh, Ott again nearly turns over and gives up a goal, and then McMillan's shot just goes wide. Oh, Brittany Ott's been an adventure below the goal line tonight, trying to pick up the puck. Yep. Played in deep off the referee, so that slows it down. And that's a gift for the Pride, but can they take advantage of it? Haven't gotten it out of the zone yet. Looks like they will, and they will at least get it to center before Dostal intercepts and calmly sends in deep again.
You know, here's Ott playing the puck behind the net again. You got to keep it simple when you're a goaltender, especially when you feel like you're fighting the puck. And she's gotten in trouble a couple times. It's cost her once.
The man who practiced here for a few years and has a statue outside, Marty Brodeur, made an art form of controlling the puck as a goaltender. Ott looking a little bit more like Henrik Lundqvist with the puck below the goal line, but either way, New York couldn't take advantage. They have once, though, already. Ott sixed that one away, as it's going to be played out to center, as Weber has it. 10:30 to go here in the third period. New York 3, Boston 2. Dench has it knocked off her stick, but she gets it back. On the backhand, drives to the net, stopped in front, loose puck, and Boston comes up with it, but they turn it over. Here comes Kessel, pass across, shot, oh, just missed. Right on the doorstep was Dench. Oh, great chance there to make it a 2-goal game. Dostal down the Dench, she tips it down, but Boston able to control it. We are halfway through the third period, under 10 minutes to go. New York 3, Boston 2, Packer the go-ahead goal for the moment. Knight and the Pride trying to rally here. Decker, her shot, save, rebound. Oh, Fitzgerald looked behind her. She's somehow able to keep it out. Battle for it along the side. It's now behind the net. Boy, how did Fitzgerald keep her skate right to the post and keep that one out? She even looked behind her.
Yeah, that was a really crafty play by the Boston Pride there to get it in where it was in a very dangerous spot. But as you mentioned, the goaltender able to keep the pad down, keep the stick down, and also hug that post with the skate.
Centering pass was intercepted. Good job by Bellamy, at least for the moment, to keep in. But the puck is played to center, and now here comes Decker. Decker gets a shot off and just off the glove of Fitzgerald. Packer shines it off the boards. Carpenter Makes the pass out, Bender. Shot saved by Fitzgerald. And the immediate timeout coming with 9:05 to go. How about the couple of number 14s pushing and shoving each other? The intensity is picked up. We need a breather, so do the fans, and so do the players. We'll be right back here in NWHL Cross Ice Pass, Cheddar, and Nesson Plus. Welcome back to the broadcast here in NWHL Cross Ice Pass, Cheddar, and Nesson Plus. 3-2 New York in front. Let's take a look at the goal from Packer.
Here it is once again. Packer just coming in on the short side, getting the puck off the pass, and again, just going top shelf on Brittany. You mentioned it before, Matt. You've got to go top shelf on her. You know, she's a little bit of a shorter goaltender. She's got great fundamentals, and there aren't a lot of holes. She does a great job. The
last time the Boston Pride lost, we mentioned it before, January 3rd, 2016, 4-3 to Buffalo. They haven't lost since. It was a year ago today that they clinched the Isabel Cup championship, sweeping those same Buffalo Buttes here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House. And they're trying to finish the season undefeated today, trailing it though 3-2. Pass out in front, loose, Bolden winds up, saved by Fitzgerald, and the crowd loves it.
Wow.
Puck played into the corner, Packer battling a couple of Pride players.
Wow, what a huge shot on goal that was, coming from the person between the points, or between the circles, and a big, heavy shot.
Blake Bolden, 87 miles an hour. She shot it at the All-Star game. As again, the scrum continues. Packer trying to get it out, can't. Boston trying to hold the zone, does. And the pass back. Dempsey gets it back. Chance here for Boston. Backhand shot save. Rebound loose in front and just goes wide. This has got playoff atmosphere written all over it. McMillan tries to clear down. There's a penalty coming up, and it's going to be against Boston. An offensive zone penalty, and here comes some more pushing and shoving. The Riveters have got to be careful not to take a matching penalty here, and they remain on the power play. Boston certainly doesn't want to take another one and see themselves go down by 2.
Wow, you know, we talked about the physicality really elevating in the later stages of the second period. They picked up right where they left off here in the third, and now, you know, the physicality is resulting in a penalty. Yeah, as we get a look here, Dempsey's throwing what could have been interpreted as a punch, and that doesn't seem to have haunted them, as Dempsey is not going to the box for Boston, but the Riveters going on the power play nonetheless.
It is Pelkey that will go to the penalty box. New York 1 for 1 on the power play. Second straight time they've been on the power play, 8:09 to go. This is a huge moment in the game. New York, if they can score here, would get a 2-goal advantage. It would be the latest Boston has trailed by more than 1 all year. They have not really trailed in the third period at all coming into the season. Coming into this game, I should say. As that puck is going to be cleared to the blue line, but not out. New York keeps in. Packer has the power play goal. Kessel, the quarterback of this power play, has the primary assist. Packer down at the goal line again. Mass out in front. Weber shot blocked. Did not get through to Ott, who was ready to make the stop. 7:45 to go. 1:35 on the penalty to Pelkey. Cross-checking the call on Amanda Pelkey. So, Duggan and Pelkey have taken penalties in this period. New York capitalizing on their one chance, trying to make it 2 for 2. Battle for it. Kessel trying to help out. Now play back to the blue line where Burke's got it. Burke to McMillan. McMillan waits. Back to Burke. And McMillan again, the two defenders. Pass across. Kessel fakes the shot. Waits. Finds Burke. Burke, who won the game on the 19th against the Whale. Completing the comeback. McMillan, second straight time. She's had a chance at an open shot on a power play, and she missed. That time even worse, as it went off the heel of her stick, and it'll go all the way down where Fitzgerald will knock it down and give it back to Burke. 45 seconds and counting to go on the penalty to Pelkey. 6:50 to go here in the third period. Russo over to Ketchum. That's the second unit out there for New York. Fratkin winds up, takes a shot, blocked. Now a one-on-one here between Fratkin and Lannis. Lannis waits, takes a shot, saved by Fitzgerald off the glass high, but did not touch the netting. So play continues. Dench has it again, and they'll look to bring it up.
While Lannis there with the big block, not only did she stop it, but she was able to turn it into a scoring chance the other way in a shorthanded situation.
Fratkin slowly brings it into the zone, waiting for teammate to get onside. Puck sent around by Duggan, but kept in by New York as Dostal holds onto it. Ketchum loses it though. Will it stay in the zone? It will not. Duggan, tried a long pass, trying to find Decker, who's so dangerous on the penalty kill. And Decker's got the puck now. The power play is over. New York now 1 for 2. Pass turned over. Knight open. Shot saved by Fitzgerald. Oh, Knight was open on the turnover, but Fitzgerald comes up big again. Gruchow brings it to the middle. 5:47 to go here in the third period. New York leading it by 1, trying to end the undefeated season of the Boston Pride. Bender sends it back to Bellamy. Dempsey with it now. Onside. Takes a shot deflected. Gruchow didn't see it as it skated behind her. Another shot saved by Fitzgerald. Burke with it now. Wash. Pass towards the middle. Knocked away. But Rafter has it and moves it to center. The Pride have taken 39 shots. Fitzgerald's got 37 saves. To the middle. Knocked away from Pelkey by Gruchow. But Pelkey's got it back. 5 minutes to go. Played down by Marvin, but she can't come up with it. And New York just keeps working the puck below the goal line. As Picard, that was a dangerous pass to the middle, and Rafter will clear down. And it's called for an icing. Thought Rafter had gotten to the red line, but she did not.
Yeah, that's one of those where if you're on the Riveters, you got to hope that you're going to get the benefit of the doubt there. Meanwhile, though, outside of a few stretches for New York, it's really been all Boston here in this third period. And lucky for New York, they've had a real all-star goaltending performance here out of name escaping Katie Fitzgerald again. And now I think we're going to get another timeout here, this time coming from Chad Weissman, the bench boss for the New York Riveters.
Yes, off the icing called against New York, timeout called by New York, so now each team has used their timeout. Take a look at the replays here. Knight wide open, and she will bury that more often than not, but Fitzgerald has been great more often than not tonight.
Yeah, Fitzgerald's really been on her game tonight. I mean, we've been singing her praises all game, but the fundamentals are so important. Anybody who's listening at home who's ever considered any position in ice hockey or sports, but specifically as a goaltender, it's all about being in the right position, cutting down the angles, eliminating any holes, and then also being able to react. And I think all of that has been pretty clearly displayed in this goaltending clinic that Katie Fitzgerald has put on tonight.
Updated shot totals: 40 for Boston, 20 for New York, 14 here in this period for Boston, 8 for New York. So 40-20 the shots on goal, but Madison Packers' power play goal at the 4:53 mark of this third period is the difference right now. Amanda Kessel and Courtney Burke got the assists. So Kessel keeps up her point streak alive. She has a point every game she's played in this league. 18 points in 8 games. Amanda Kessel, amazing. Madison Packer, right now the goal. Carpenter, saved by Fitzgerald again! Fitzgerald quickly had to go post to post and gets there in time to stop it with 4:50 to go.
Oh, wow. Alex Carpenter gets a gift of a bounce as the puck just ends up right on her stick on the forehand, and it was just her and Katie again, the goaltender, Katie Fitzgerald. But Fitzgerald able to make the save, as you mentioned, coming across post to post.
One-timer is shanked, and it'll be played back where Gagliardi will get it with 4:40 to go here in the third period. 3-2. New York leading it by 1. Burke knocks it away from Carpenter. Good defense there from Courtney Burke. Dench battling forward in the corner. Now Knight. Knight winds up blocked. Weber. Puck played now below the goal line. Pass out in front, blocked again. Here comes Decker with it. 4:20 to go. Bender. Back to Decker, takes the shot, knocked down. Boston trying to get it. Now Kessel has it. Can Kessel get it out of the zone? And she will do that. Weber finds Kessel almost. As that came close to a chance for Amanda Kessel, and she'll just swing it around, and Wash will chase after it. Under 4 minutes to go. This is the most dangerous. This is the closest the Pride have come to losing all season. Shot actually deflected up into the netting. Yes, they went to 2 shootouts, did have overtime games, but they have never trailed this late in a game this season with 3:48 to go here in the third period, and it's still 3-2.
Yeah, and if you're a player in the Boston Pride or on the bench or on the ice, it's got to start to be creeping into the back of your mind that, hey, this is not the way that we've been doing this all season long, and our winning streak might be in jeopardy here.
They've said that a hot goalie can beat any team, and Fitzgerald's been that so far, but still time left for Boston and their quick strike offense to tie this game up. Turnover. Here comes Pelkey. Pelkey shot saved. Rebound. Oh, cleared away by McMillan. A huge play defensively by Melissa McMillan.
Yeah, Megan Duggan there was the one who was getting ready to take that sweet shot on goal, but the beautiful defensive play by the Riveters to ensure that that puck didn't go on net.
Dempsey has it lost, but Bellamy gets it back. Bellamy will send in deep. Fitzgerald, who started this year as the number 3 goaltender. When Jamie Leonoff was hurt, she was moved up to the number 2 spot. Sojung Shin couldn't hold on to the number 1 spot. Fitzgerald has taken over the number 1 duties, was an all-star this year, and has put on some shows before. 2 shutouts, including the first in Riveters history, and is now 3 minutes away from finishing off the biggest win of her career. Puck played to center, and the Pride gonna have to keep pushing here. Here comes Knight and Decker. Decker with it now. Winds up shot saved by Fitzgerald. Knight gets it back. 2.5 minutes to go. Played to the blue line. Another shot deflected down loose. And here come the Riveters. Riveters could have they could have had a 3-on-2, but instead Weber will just bring it up as they had to go off for a change. So the odd skater rush didn't work out there, but New York doesn't mind wasting the time of the Pride in their own zone as there's 2:20 to go. Oh, near turnover, but Dostal couldn't get there. Pass across, knocked down with the skate. Players hit the ice, no arms are up. Play continues. Weber tries to get it out of the zone, can't. Stopped in front. Fitzgerald, oh, that was dangerous. She looked behind her for a second, but she holds on with 2:04 to go. Here in the third period, the Riveters holding on to that slim 1-goal advantage.
Now we get another look at the replay here as the puck is deflected on its way to the net, and Katie Fitzgerald, they're able to hold on, but you know, the Riveters are playing with fire here. You've got to get the puck down deep in the other end of the ice, take some pressure off your goaltender, off your defense, and just kill some more time while you try to protect this lead.
Face-off won by New York. Here comes Packer. Packer and Wash. Oh, long cross-ice pass, trying to find Wash again from Packer. Doesn't connect, and here come the Pride. Under 2 minutes to go here. 3-2, New York in front. Parker battling against Picard. Play towards the front, tipped away, but Bellamy's gonna get to the loose puck first at the blue line. She winds up, shot just goes wide. Might have been tipped by Fitzgerald behind the net. Bruchow tries to get out of his own, can't. Bellamy keeps in. Played along the boards, under 90 seconds to go. McMillan sends it to Picard. Picard's got it, waits, off the glass and out of the zone.
Big clear there by the Riveters.
1:15 to go here in the third. Ott's coming off, empty net. The Riveters can find the empty net. They're gonna complete this win. 1 minute to go. But the Pride still looking for the answer. Weber's got it. Weber holds on to it, waits, still waits, needed to clear the zone, and doesn't. Pride keep in, can Burke get it out? She can. Here comes Kessel. Kessel looking for her first home goal, waits, shoots it in on net, just goes wide. Dench winds up blocked, and it'll stay in play. 45 seconds to go. The Pride are 16-0. They're staring at 16-1 with 40 seconds to go. Puck played to center, picked up there by Boston. Here comes Bellamy. 33 seconds to go. Can the Pride find the equalizer? 30 seconds. Played below the net. McMillan. And it'll get out of the zone. It's heading towards the empty net. It's slow. And they're going to call an icing here with 21.5 seconds to go. And neither team has a timeout.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand this drama. There's so much excitement going on right now. And Amanda Kessel almost sealed this game by sending the puck towards the open net. It doesn't get any closer than that without actually hitting the post or going in. But boy, had that gone in, I'm pretty sure this near sellout crowd, if not a sellout crowd, would have gone crazy.
This has been one heck of a season here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House. There's one more game to be played, but this one has got 18 seconds to go. The Riveters trying to complete the upset. Puck hops over the stick of Marvin. Marvin tries to get there. Can Kessel get it out? No. There's 10 seconds to go. Puck is still loose. Riveters need one more clear. Carpenter, 5 seconds to go. Still in the zone. There's the shot. Just goes into the corner. 2 seconds and 1. It's over. The New York Riveters have done it. They have ended the undefeated season of the Boston Pride. They win it 3-2. And as the old saying goes, nobody's perfect.
Oh my goodness, look at the celebration going on in the crease of Katie Fitzgerald with her teammates, the New York Riveters. They've done what seemed to be the unthinkable coming into this game, which is put an end to this undefeated season for this really, really high-end, top-end talent-filled Boston Pride team.
Take a look at the replays here, some of the chances. Katie Fitzgerald, what a performance today. She makes 44 saves on 46 shots. She was brilliant in the game today, and the Riveters have just made a statement. If these two teams face off on the 19th, they know they've beaten this team once before, and they can do it again. They hold on to the 3-2 win, and Katie Fitzgerald, you just can't say enough about what she did for this franchise and for this team today. And Madison Packer, an original Riveter, scoring the game winner on the power play from a crazy angle to give New York a win, and this crowd fired up about it as they salute the fans here at the Barnabas Health Hockey House.
Yeah, Matt, and I got to say, if this game is any indication of what the playoffs have in store, oh boy, I think fans are going to want to tune in, or better yet, come to their local arena.
Don, your first game here with the NWHL, and you picked an absolute doozy. Great job today, and your final thoughts.
My final thoughts are, I am a fan. I am hooked. I'm going to be tuning in, and I think a lot more people will too. So thank you so much for having me. Great job yourself.
Thank you so much. I will see you on Friday the 17th. I'll be doing color with Phil Jubileo, who will be doing the play-by-play as the Buffalo Beauts will take on the New York Riveters. 7:30 here on Friday the 17th. The Pride will look to rebound from this loss as they'll take on the Connecticut Whale on Thursday at 7:30. That's on March 16th at the Warrior Ice Arena when the Pride will take on the Whale. For Don Ferlazzo, for JEC Productions, for everyone here at the NWHL, I want to thank you for listening to all the games I've done this year. It was an absolute pleasure. The final score once again, the Riveters 3, the Pride 2, undefeated no more. The Riveters do it. This is the NWHL on Cross Ice Pass, Cheddar, and Nesson Plus.